Howdy Toasters, and welcome to another episode of How to Beatbox. So if you've been following the tutorials thus far, then you might be picking up on your own compositions and figuring out your own style, and that's awesome because when I hear you guys online, it's really nice and inspiring to see what you guys have come up with. So in the past tutorials, I've done different genres. The last one was dubstep, beatboxing, and I figured this time let me dip into some drum and bass beatboxing for you guys, which is my favorite style because it's really upbeat and it's a lot of fun to just do. So let's just start off with something really simple, and also keep in mind that this is kind of an intermediate advanced style of beatboxing. So if you haven't watched the tutorials that I've put out in the past, I would check those out first. But if you're a prodigy, then good for you, then you're just amazing. But let's get into just the melody, which is, it has to be a little bit more dragged out with drum and bass because the beat is what's fast, but the melody is what's slower. So just something really simple like that. It doesn't have to be exactly like that, but just as a reference. So and when you notice when I start beatboxing that, it's going to be even slower and a little bit more dragged out because it's kind of hard to like think about what it's going to exactly sound like until you start putting the beat over it. So let's get into the beat. And the first thing that I think of is the kick drum, though. Bam. Then the next is, I believe it's called the rim shot. Someone in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but and that's simply just clicking your tongue against the side of your mouth, kind of like laid on the bottom row of your teeth. Kind of like that. Bam. And then the next is the classic bit snare or BMG snare, though. So once you get all the beats together and their own solo tracks, then you have to morph them all together on the master, and you're the master. So you have to just figure out what's comfortable for you, but what will sound like drum and bass. So practice a lot. Figure the melody is something separate, and then the beats are something separate. And then your goal is to initially get them together. But focus on getting all the beats together, so it should sound something like this. And that's a very simple kind of drum and bass beat. Now, if you're going crazy right now and you're like, whoa, then just keep practicing that. But if you're ready to move on, let's put in the melody with the beats. So breathe. And there you go. And when I said breathe, I didn't breathe because I was saying breathe, so I was like, ugh. But you get the idea, and hopefully this has helped you out, and maybe it makes you dip your toes into a little bit of a different genre and different style. All right, Toasters, check you later. Have a good day. Peace out. Shake 'em and bake 'em.